was. I asked her what she thought, and Jen goes, I don't know. She said, the only thing is, I know I wouldn't mind going out for a beer with her. I said, Jen, you'll go out for a beer with anybody. She said, well, I'm not sure I'd go out with you. And I'm like, understandable, that was never even part of the discussion. Yeah, yeah. That's Joe.
Okay, so that's Joe.
You know what? I'm going to have it soon.
Yeah, go for it, yeah.
Franklin TV presents Franklin High School Varsity Athletics. Today from the beautiful Franklin High Girls Gymnasium, the girls basketball season is rolling on, and so are these Franklin Panthers. Winners of 6 of their last 7, 3 in a row, and ranked number 8 in the MIAA Division I Power Rankings. They're getting set for a cross-divisional Hockomock League tilt with the Stoughton Black Knights. Hello, friends, and good evening. Thank you for joining us alongside the great Jay Horrigan. I'm Nippon Goy with the call today's game. And Jay, this Franklin team, they've gotten some momentum going on early in this season. They're going to look to build on it with a performance against the Stoughton team.
First of all, Nippon, we need to get back. That's twice in a week. You
Yes.
called me great, and now that concerns me about your education down at NYU. I thought that was a real good school, and you're coming back lying to people.
Oh, man.
But always a pleasure to be with you, Nippon. As you said, the girls are on a roll they haven't seen in quite a while, something that they needed coming off the start of their season. And, you know, some of the stuff that Coach Layton's been doing obviously has been working. He's been pushing the right buttons.
Franklin, of course, with their experienced lineup. We'll get into those in just a bit as well. Getting set for the opening tip are Lena Malmina for the Panthers. And in center court, Maria Johnson for the Black Knights. We're underway. Stoughton wins the tip-off. They'll go from left to right across your screen, and right away it's taken away by El Bonacci.
Nice steal by Elle, being right on top of the Stoughton player with her defense, and look who hits her shot.
Seemed like a broken record, we're going to say that many times. Lauren DeGiorgio, her first shot is pure from beyond the arc. The Panthers lead it 3-0.
As we said last week, Nippon, if you can get DeGiorgio off in the girls' game to a good start, it normally means very good things for the Lady Panthers.
Stoughton answers on the other end. That's Leah McCarty with a make. She is Stoughton's leading scorer. We'll get into that in just a moment as well. And making the call, they're going to say it dribbled off of Malmina's foot is
Yeah,
Joe Bird.
I think it rolled. It hit the Stoughton defender and then rolled across Malamina's foot.
Their officials for tonight, Joe Bird and E.J. Newcomb. Taking it up for Stoughton is Raina Tat. Bounces it back, and right away we have another turnover. Getting in there to play solid defense was DeGiorgio, and she forced the walk from Isabel Belmonte.
Just a quick note on Joe Bird. Joe is a local guy from Bellingham. He did a state final last year. He is the incoming president of his officiating board, and on top of that, he's just an awesome guy.
Franklin keeps it alive with the offensive rebound. Fails back to Malmina. She'll try from 3. Can't bank it in. And the outgoing rebound to Stoughton. They have a player trailing forward up for the layup and missing it. Belmonte couldn't get anything on that shot.
I think she maybe got a little shell-shocked as DeGiorgio closed down the space on her.
This is DeGiorgio who hit the only 3 for Franklin. Ball's tapped away. Nice active hands by Raina Tat. We have 2 Tat sisters on the floor for Stoughton, Rain and Raina. One's a senior and one is a sophomore. This is Rain out to Belmonte. Franklin in their player-to-player defense. Always hard-nosed, always aggressive, and getting a screen right there is Tat. Will drive. Nice left-handed shot, touches every part of the rim and goes in. Stoughton with their first lead of the game.
And that's the senior of the 2 sisters, number 12.
Malmina hesitation, fakes the pass and couldn't bank it in. It was a nice move, just got a bit unlucky right there. Stoughton moving it quick, looking to keep the tempo up. Tat a straightaway 3, good! Raina Tat, 2 straight baskets. A nice start for Stoughton. They lead it 7-3. Fails us time. Can't knock it down. And the Black Knights will look to keep this going. They have a 7-0 run currently.
The Panthers and Coach Layton are going to the bench already as Bonnie is waiting to check in.
Malmina got her hands in there, forced the steal, and taken away right back. Stoughton gets it. Belmonte driving, and she draws the foul. Will have herself 2 free throws. And we also
I think that was a whistle for the injury on number 22. It looked like the official was trying to kill it before she put up the layup. So I think it's going to be Stoughton ball on the end line.
Yeah, good eye, Jay. Down for Stoughton right now is Maria Johnson, a junior, holding, looks like, in
Her nose,
yeah, her face,
or
her
her.
nose
She
area.
has glasses on. She is a player that wears glasses, so it might have can't come right across the bridge of her nose where her glasses are. So
We'll step away from a moment, hoping everything is all right with her.
Typical trainer Jen. She already has her laughing, and she runs off the court.
No one better to do anything like that than trainer Jen at this for so long. Done such a great job with this athletic training program.
And she does. I know when I've over the years had injuries, she's the first one I call on what to do.
So
she normally tells me to lose weight, but
we'll resume play on the baseline here. Ball's on the floor once more. Fight for it. Two players have their hands on it, and a jump ball is called. Possession error belongs to Franklin, so the Panthers able to get another possession out of it.
Santos doing a nice job just focusing on trying to grab a hold of that ball and getting the whistle for the held ball.
So as you said, Jay, a new player in for the Panthers, Ava Bonney. She has the ball right now. Finds it open
nice
to DeGiorgio
pass.
Down low, and she converts the two. Lauren DeGiorgio, all 5 points for the Panthers so far. There's an errant pass in the hands of DeGiorgio. Franklin ends the run. We'll look to tie it right here. Bonacci cutting forward. Now Santos pulls for three. No good. DeGiorgio. Another offensive rebound. Santos at the top of the key this time. Bonnie a crossover, handoff to Fail, was down inside. Nice feed, and the layup is missed by Santos. Did everything right but convert right there. Franklin keeps their press going. Rain escapes it. Tat trying to take it coast to coast, lost it on the way inside. Taken away by Franklin, and finally we have a foul called. A lot of physical play early on. Foul is going to be called on Isabel Belmonte. That is her first.
Team's first.
We're nearly halfway past in this first quarter. Stoughton leads it 7-5. Bonacci has a lane inside, kicks to Bonnie, fakes the three. Cross-court pass out to Santos. Panthers get the ball moving. Bonacci in the corner. Oh, yeah! El Bonacci, a pretty shot right there. And the Panthers snatch the lead right back. Another high pass, and this Panthers press, Jay, is definitely paying its dividends early on. They force another turnover.
Yeah, it's allowed Franklin to put on the pressure, make some steals, and they've come back and taken the lead away from Stoughton, who was out to the early 7-3 lead.
Another substitution in for Coach Layton. Tessa Rodriguez, the freshman, checks in. Floater on the other end. No good by Bonacci. Gets her own miss. Bonnie with a screen from Bonacci. Cross court to Santos. Nice feed. Rodriguez at the top of the key. Back to Bonnie. Panthers keeping the ball moving right here.
So two underclassmen on the floor in a freshman and a sophomore in Bonnie.
Bonnie with a deep three. Couldn't get anything on that shot. Goes out of bounds. We'll go right back to Stoughton. Franklin, we said, winners of their past three straight, coming against Taunton at home and then two road trips in the Attleboroughs, one against North Attleboro, one against Attleboro. Ended that Attleboro game with a 24-7 run in the second half. So this Panthers team knows a thing or two about piecing together these long scoring runs. Rain retreats, enters it once more inside. The Panthers defense swarming early on. Rain attack gets past Bonnie, puts up a floater. No good. Rebound to Rodriguez. 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Franklin getting set with three more players ready to check in. Rodriguez back out to Giorgio. Bonnie fakes the three, darts inside, and she can't bank it in. Another good shot. Franklin has got some good looks early on.
They have. Just a couple of them haven't been able to convert on.
Probing inside and banking it in is Isabel Belmonte, her first bucket of the game. And on the other end, Bonnie quickly responds.
Bonnie able to bank that one in after missing the previous shot.
We're going back and forth here in this first period. Franklin leads at 10-9. Ball's on the turf and scooped up by Stoughton. Nice job by Georgia to
Real
get in
nice
there.
defense.
She swooped in there like a cornerback.
Yeah.
Bonnie, a one-handed pass, and Bonacci can't make it in.
You'd like to see Bonacci on that shot use the glass instead of just trying to put it in over the rim, but she didn't have a lot of time there to process that.
Fails Malmina and Sophia Sacramone check into the game for Franklin. Sacramone on the baseline, tune open, fails for three, no good. Fight for the rebound, nice track down, and the bucket
nice
is
pass.
made by Chloe Fails.
Malamina with the nice pass to Fails.
Fails enters the score sheet today.
You know, it's interesting, nice save there, to watch Coach Layton stick with what he was talking about, Nippon, at the beginning of the season, just running players in and out till he finds a combination that really works.
And calling a timeout right there, using her first, is Stoughton's coach, Caitlin Valaire. We'll have a stoppage here with 1:43 to go in the first period. Franklin up 12-9. Coach Layton, of course, everyone familiar with him in this Franklin program, his 25th season leading the Panthers. Kind of built this program from the very start, and he's been a part of some magical seasons as a result. Really a great job at developing his players, knowing what makes them tick, knowing how to get them to the next level.
Yeah, he has done a great job. As you said, he's basically built this program up to the point where he has won a state title.
Yes.
It was a shared title, but it was still a state title. And he does a great job. He's so well thought of, you know, amongst everybody here in Franklin, everybody at the high school, but also in the league. Where, you know, I said last week I ran into Coach C.J. Neely, the boys coach.
Yeah.
We're very fortunate to have not just basketball, but all our sports coaches that are just tremendous.
And Coach Layton, of course, had that 2020 shared title between Franklin and Attleboro. Hopefully no members of the Attleboro, Andover, excuse me. Hopefully no members of their team are listening right now, because I want to put it out there and say that I think Franklin would have taken them in that hypothetical final matchup.
I think you're right. They had a
great
team that
yeah.
was so hard to beat.
I don't believe they lost a game that year.
No, and led by Allie Brigham, and no one ever had an answer for Allie.
No. Stoughton keeps it on the baseline. Tat looking for a player to inbound it to. Finds it through a C. The basket is waved off, and the travel is called. Leah McCarty took too many steps right there.
A lot of times it comes as a result of good defensive pressure.
Bonnie down low to Sacramone looking for a lane. Tried to kick it out to an open, fails, but the pass couldn't get there. It soars out of bounds and goes back to Stoughton. Panthers setting up in the press once more, so they've seen success with it early on. They look to keep and build on that. A double team applied. Tat to her sister, and now they cross the midcourt stripe. Down to an open McCarty, using her positioning down low, and she finishes.
Nice job there by McCarty, having that advantage and capitalizing on it with a basket.
And a turnover on the other end. McCarty with quick hands right there. In their most recent win against Seekonk, she scored 18 points and had 7 rebounds. And there's
going to have an illegal screen.
Yeah, Maria Johnson, she seems like she's been on the floor for half the game.
Yeah.
A bit too aggressive right there, and Franklin has it as we enter the final minute of this first period. Sacramone inbounds it to Fails. Georgia stops her dribbles, back to Fails. And now has an open Sacramone. Bonnie will step back for three. Good!
She is such a confident shooter, Nippon. Every time you can see when she shoots, even when she misses, she thinks it's going in.
The double team once more by Franklin alters the pass. It's corralled in by Tat with 20 seconds to go. Stoughton can hold for the last shot if they wish. Tat trying to answer. Can't bank it in. Ball goes all the way back. And it's recovered by her sister. With under 10 seconds, stolen by DeGiorgio. Franklin's on the run. DeGiorgio with a fast break. 4 seconds. Lays it up. No good. Now Mina the putback. No good. Puts it at the buzzer. Oh. It didn't go.
Nice effort, though, by Mina. Keep trying to put it down.
Franklin has gotten their fair share of looks. Just couldn't bank that one in at the buzzer. But they'll go into the second period with a 4-point lead, a 15-11 advantage.
If you're Franklin, I think you want to capitalize on that last couple of minutes. You also do not want to let this Stoughton team hang around too long. They, based on records and everything, obviously Stoughton's having an off year at 4-5 overall, but only 1-5 in the Hockomock League.
Yeah.
If you're Franklin, you want to kind of put them down and way down as early as you can.
Well, if we want to look on the other side, perhaps give some kudos to the Stoughton team. They are 4-5, but they're definitely on the track of improvement compared to last season. They finished last season 6-13, so already nearly equaling that total.
And they only have 3 seniors.
Yes.
So they're a young team, which will pay dividends down the road. The young players are getting the playing time, as we talk about the underclassmen for Franklin getting playing time. That'll only help down the road for both of these programs.
And I think the coaching will matter as well down the line.
Yeah.
First-year head coach Caitlin Valera, an 03 grad of Ursuline Academy, and boy, was she an athlete during her time there. Captain of the varsity team as a freshman for basketball, 4-time Catholic Conference All-Star, 3rd Ursuline player to score 1,000 points, also a captain for swimming and softball, and then she went on to Bates College to play softball and basketball.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember what year Ursuline won the state title in girls basketball. She may have been there at the time. I'm not sure.
Pretty underhanded layup by Malmina. Franklin gets the second quarter started off nicely. Almonte probes inside, can't bank it in. Fight for the rebound. Players going to the floor. It's Tat, and she can't bank it in. Another one. Touched every part of the rim and goes out. Looks like the rims are a bit tight in Franklin tonight. Both sides struggling with their finishing early on.
Someone forgot to take the covers off.
McCarty is able to draw the foul on El Bonacci, so she's at the line for 2 free throws right here. Misses the first. First free throws by any side today. As Santos checks back into the game for Franklin. Over 2, but the offensive rebound by Johnson can't get it to go once more.
See if the Panthers are able to build on the lead they came into this quarter at. They were up 4 at the break.
Another new Panther in the game is Kaylee Fernandez. She darts inside right there and draws a foul. And she'll have free throws of her own.
Just trying to look. It looks like Coach Layton has already gotten 8 players, I think, in at least, maybe even 9.
Yeah, there's actually, in that instance, Jay, a few similarities between this girls' team and boys' basketball team for Franklin, whereas you have a strong core of a lot of good, skilled players. It's just a matter of finding that right combination, finding those players, those 6 players, those 7 players, first ones off the bench that can really deliver you the most output. And I think both teams are trying to find those players right now.
And nice steal there.
Yeah.
And it also, it changes from night to night.
Absolutely.
Like you guys had on Friday night, you and Pete Royce got to watch Gear have just that unbelievable game. And when you and I did the boys a few nights before that, he didn't get in until the end of the game. Yeah. So you never know.
It's always dependent on the matchup.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just your night. So Franklin, another possession on the baseline. They run their weave right here to Giorgio. Out to Fernandez. Fails for 3. In and out. Rebound to Bonacci. Fails trying to make up for the miss, and she can't do so. Gets her own rebound, and she draws the foul on Johnson.
Maybe a couple of free throws will get fails on track. We're not used to seeing fails miss that many shots in a row. maybe even in an entire game. Again, when we had them last, she was on fire.
Yeah, I think the message from Coach Layton to his players is going to be just keep shooting because these are good looks that the Panthers are getting down inside, open shots. So what if they don't go in? They're going to go in eventually.
They will, right. And he has complete confidence in his players to shoot, know what shots to take. They know what their strengths are. They know what their weaknesses are, which in a high school athlete, that's huge.
Fales goes 2 for 2 on the free throws. Franklin leads it 11-9. There's a block by DeGiorgio. She's swatted.
DeGiorgio so far having an all-around game, both ends of the court.
And Franklin running on the other end. Fernandez draws the foul.
Nice job there, getting Fernandez the open pass, and then her putting it up against the defender and drawing the foul.
Foul's called on Rain Tat. That's her second of the game. And Fernandez now at the charity stripe. Makes the first.
Obviously, people that are watching and listening, the reason Napana's doing play-by-play is because with the sisters, Rain and Raina, I would be a mess right now. I'd probably be in a ball on the floor crying.
Yeah, I mean, it's not easy for me either, Jay.
Well, again,
that one letter.
Napon, you and I knowing our strengths and our weaknesses. I know what mine are. The weaknesses are too numerous to mention right now. Nice press by the Panthers.
A new player in for Stoughton as well. We'll get you that. That's Grace Weisenberger, a senior captain. This is Weisenberger at the top of the key. A fake shot. Floats it up. No good. Rebound by Fales. Fernandez looking to space the floor. Fales with a jab step inside. Kicks out to Santos. A nice fake to get past her defender. And she makes the pull-up shot.
Geez, nice 10-footer right there, 10 feet. You don't see a lot of that shot anymore in the high school game because of the three-point line, but it's such a great shot to be able to take and make.
To your point earlier, Jay, about Franklin not being afraid to put as many players on this floor as possible, try out some new combinations. They paid off in the score sheet as well, as the Panthers have 7 different players on the scoreboard.
Bonacci picks up that foul, but, you know, again, when you're playing 8, 9 players, 10 players, you don't care if a Bonacci picks up a second foul. I'm not sure that is. I'm not saying it's her second because I don't know.
Well, it is her second.
Well, lucky guess by me. So I guess that's a strength tonight.
There we go.
Statistically, I'd have to say, stat-wise, that's her second foul.
Yes, correct.
That's for you, Chris Leverone.
Our producer-director is Chris Leverone today, working the cameras. Thanking him for all his work. Stoughton finding it hard to break this Franklin man-to-man defense. It's been suffocating early on so far. Tad with a crossover trying to get free. DeGiorgio stays on her. The ball's loose. Shot clock's down to 5. They got to get up something quickly. I'm not sure if they know it. And they can't get it to the rim. Franklin will continue the possession. Great defensive sequence right there. Santos inside. 4-2. Sat on the rim for a little bit and finally dropped.
Anytime defensively you can force your opponent into a shot from right around the center circle, you're doing something right.
Pull up 3 for Tat. No good. And Stoughton's gone cold lately. Franklin opening up a lead, 25-11. Trailing now, Mina. Nice make. She accelerated quickly, but was able to scoop it up and in. And a timeout needed by Coach Falaire. Franklin's on a run, and they lead it by 16. 4:24 to go in the second. It is 27-11.
We talked about in between the quarters that we wanted to see how Franklin came out and if they were able to expand their lead. Obviously, they've been able to do it, and it all starts, I think, with their defensive pressure, which has led to steals, loose balls they've been able to pick up.
Absolutely right. You know, starting that offense by playing with their defense. Defense to offense leads to those open shots down low, leads to the transition points, and as a result, they're really opening things up early on here.
Yeah, and you know, it is interesting from the beginning of the season, even to tonight, and we're not even halfway through, the comfort level of the players on the court with their teammates. They're just so much more comfortable with it, and that will happen over a season.
Yeah, definitely that developing of chemistry. You can see that
And
players
we talked about their trip to Maine, which
Yes.
I'm sure helps that on-court chemistry.
Absolutely right. They know where they're going to be on the floor. They know what they're going to do when they have the ball, how to space the floor properly, and it's paying off early on right here. And the balance is showing once more in the score sheet. You have Bonnie with 5, Santos with 4, DeGiorgio with 5, Fales with 4, Malmina with 4. So it's a very balanced scoring effort early on for the Panthers here.
Well, I think it also, Nippon, shows that it's not a team of individuals. They don't care who scores the points. They just want the points on the board.
Franklin continues to press. Bonnie's called for the blocking foul. That's another thing about this Franklin team. No matter what the score is on the board, they're going to keep playing that brand of Franklin basketball.
Yeah, and that starts with their aggressive defense.
Another new player for the Stoughton Black Knights is Kylie Andrews, a junior. Trying to enter it to Andrews. Ball was loose. Nice save. But unfortunately for Stoughton, Franklin was able to capitalize right there. Bonnie with time. Instead, tried to find Malmina.
She thought
it works out a broken play.
But she thought Malamina was cutting to the basket, and Malamina went to set a screen, and it did work out.
Sacramone with a make. Franklin fortunate as they got it to go. Malamina nearly got the steal. Bunting it right up and in, no good. And the drought continues for Stoughton. Santos with some nice ball handling skills. Out to Sacramone in the corner. Bonnie to a cutting to Giorgio. Puts it up, puts it in.
What a nice play by both of them. Giorgio faking, going to center court with the jab step and then cutting to the basket.
Now
and then the
with
pass.
The steal. Franklin's cooking right now. Dipsy too by Santos. Couldn't get it to go, but she draws another foul and earns herself a trip to the free throw line. Belmonte is called for the foul. That's her second. And Franklin has rarely dominated this second period, Jay. It was tight early on in that first quarter, but they've played their style of basketball. Things are paying off well for them, and they've opened up a 21-point lead.
Well, just short of 5 minutes into this quarter, I don't believe Stoughton scored this. I believe it was 15-11 at the end of the quarter.
Yeah.
It was a 4-point spread, as I remember.
So we'll say that.
I think. I'm not 100% sure.
I believe in your strengths more than you do, Jay, so we're gonna put that down there. Inbounding it right here for Stoughton is Savannah Ford. And it's Franklin ball. Nothing going right for Stoughton right now.
You know, it is interesting. Every time a Stoughton player goes to the bench, the coaching staff pulls them aside and works with them, tries to teach them, what they'd like their players to do versus what they're actually doing, which is great to see because it's not about, for them, just tonight's game. It's about getting better each
Fails
game.
from the corner, rattles it in. Chloe fails her first 3 ball of the game. 36-11 Franklin with 3 minutes to go in the first half. Ford to Weisenberger. The press continues for Franklin. Nice exit and a bounce pass. A bit too strong for McCarty. Once more a turnover. I think Franklin has gotten turnovers on about 3 or 4 straight possessions right here. And as we said, using that defense to ignite your offense.
That was a nice idea by Tat to try to get the streaking player with a bounce pass, but just unable to connect.
Rodriguez, a nice shot floating up. No, Rodriguez with the offensive rebound. Malmina fakes 3. Loser defenders, scoops it up.
That was a nice move.
It was a nice move indeed. And she'll be rewarded with another possession for Franklin.
One off of Squires, I believe, was the last one to touch it for Stoughton.
Sacramone inbound it right here. Finds an open, fails in the corner. Fails guarded by Tat, makes her move inside. Dishes it out, another deflection. Franklin keeps it alive. Stoughton continuing with their constant rotations, looking to find any combination that works to stop the bleeding early on here. Now Mina, straightaway three. It's the top of the backboard and the rebound to Ford. Ford nearly got the three-point play to go.
They're going to have, that's going to be on Chloe Fales.
That'll be Fales first of the game.
And I think they've got the foul before the shot. Yeah.
That was called on the floor. Andrews to inbound it. And Franklin with a triple team, just again, suffocating defense. They take it away. Rodriguez with a steal. Now Mina to Fales. Time, room, bullseye.
Fales, finally, we were talking about this earlier, that she just didn't seem to feel it in the first quarter. Obviously, in the last minute or so in the second quarter, she's really starting to put it together and offensively doing a great job. 10
points for Fales now. Tat keeps her pivot foot out to Ford. Into the final 2 minutes of the first half. Franklin up 39-11. Down low to McCarty. Good defense by Malmina. Fales goes to the floor. Another foul will be called.
Yeah, it looked like that was on Malamina. The official had her maybe coming down with her arms.
It'll be Malmina's first of the game. And again, another new player for Franklin getting ready to check in. This will be Liz Dumace.
So we're getting close early,
very early,
to using every player on the roster.
We saw that a couple weeks ago in that Taunton game we covered. Every Franklin Panther was able to touch the floor. And I think Coach Layton, that's his goal for tonight as well.
The Panthers are a senior-heavy team. So when you can get your underclassmen the playing time, again, same thing with Stoughton. It bodes well for the future. At least the players will have the experience.
Sakamori the fake. Take! Oh, couldn't get the make. Ford takes it up, back out to Tat. No good, and the steal by Fernandez.
And that was started by Dumay's defense knocking that ball away.
Sakamori out low, Fernandez for three. Got it!
And again, that all started with the defensive hand in the passing lane being able to knock the pass away, and Franklin was able to bring it down and score.
Franklin's put up a 40-burger in this first half. 42-11 with the final minute underway. Tat keeps her pivot foot inside, a pretty move. Able to bank it up and in, and unofficially that will be Stoughton's first points of the period.
Yeah, when under a minute to play, they finally scored.
Rodriguez did everything right to find an open shot, just couldn't convert. Andrews out to Dumaze. Her impact has been immediate. Franklin can hold for the last shot. 10 seconds down low to Rodriguez. Able to keep it alive with 5 seconds. Corner three, no good. Rebound by Fernandez. Got to put it up.
We'll say that was a pass to Fernandez, that missed basket.
Fales can't get it to go at the buzzer. And Franklin will go into the locker room with a hefty 29-point lead. They explode in that second quarter, hold Stoughton to only 2 points, and they will lead it 42-13. Your thoughts, Jay?
Yeah, they just, the Franklin Panthers there showed you why they are number 8 in the power rankings with the way they played that second quarter.
All right, well, don't go anywhere. We'll be back in about 10 minutes with second half action from Franklin. The Panthers leading at 42-13 on Franklin TV. Welcome back to Franklin TV and our coverage of Franklin High School girls varsity basketball. The Panthers getting start for the second half, a sizable 42-13 lead over the Stoughton Black Knights. Welcome you alongside high above courtside, Napan Goyle, Jay Horgan, Chris Leverone, and our entire Franklin TV team. Happy to bring you coverage of this game. Jay, it was a dominant first half for Franklin. They're going to look to build on that.
Yeah, absolutely. They, especially that second quarter, they just were on fire and they were able to stop Stoughton. But so far, I don't think Napan anything has equaled our halftime entertainment with Kevin Papa on play-by-play for the girls' Metro game.
I think we should invite him to come do a game up here one day and see
how
was
awesome.
Yeah. 3-second violation called on Stoughton on the other end. They came away with a head of steam early on that possession. A few shots were no good. Franklin recovers once more. Leading scorer for the Panthers in that first half was Chloe Fales with 10 points to her name. Ava Bonnie had 5 points. Mallory Santos had 6 points. Fernandez 5 points. And Naomina 4 points.
Those of you that have been with us since the beginning of the game, you'll remember we were talking about Fales missed her first 3 or 4 shots. For her to end up as the leading scorer that half is a great bounce back by her.
Ended that half with 2 threes. Naomina converted a nice layup right there. Ted trying to enter it, deflected away and stolen by DeGiorgio. Getting it right back is Belmonte. Poking away on the floor is Bonacci. Nice hustle play by El. Santos out to Malmina. DeGiorgio open to the top of the key. You know she's going to pull that. Oh, it rattles out. Rebound by Bonacci. She ran the floor the whole way and put it up and in.
Nice job. Nice follow there by Bonacci, being able to watch what your teammates are doing and being in the right place at the right time.
Got the steal and then got the putback on the other end. Nice play by El Bonacci. Tat out to an open Rain Tat. Drives inside and draws the foul. It'll be a shooting foul.
I think that's on Malamina.
Malamina. And look at this. Coach Layden has 5 new Franklin Panthers ready to check into the game. One of those full hockey line changes going on.
Yeah.
First free throw rattles up by Tat.
You don't get a lot of opportunities like this to be able to get your entire roster significant playing time. And when you do get those opportunities, as a coach, I think you have to take advantage of it.
New 5 in the game for the Panthers are Liz Dumace, Tessa Rodriguez, Ava Bonnie, Kaylee Fernandez, and Sophia Sacramone. They go 0 for 2 on the free throws, but gain the offensive rebound. Rain Tat, nice position down low, no layup. And the rebound by McCarty. Belmonte through contact, no good. And the rebound is snatched in by Rodriguez. Rodriguez accelerates. Fernandez squared up a 3, instead to take it inside. Gets her own loose ball. Coach Layton barking at his players to keep cutting. We'll see if they respond. Rodriguez pulls for 3. No good off the front rim. Trying to track down her own rebound. Threw it off of Tat, and it's Franklin ball. What a heads-up play by Rodriguez.
Yeah, real nice
right
job.
There.
Yeah. There are no seniors on the court right now, I believe. No seniors,
right.
Which for the Panthers, having as many seniors as they do, it's hard to put a lineup on the floor without a senior in there.
Inbound pass to Rodriguez, and she rattles that jumper in. Absolutely right, Jay. Franklin, a team with 8 seniors, 4 juniors, 2 sophomores, and 1 freshman. And they're able to load an all-underclassmen lineup.
Yeah, and to get them all significant playing time.
Hands up by Fernandez on Tat. Spins inside, puts it up and in. Nice move by Rain Tat over there. First 2 points of the period for Stoughton. Rodriguez drives inside, now kicks Fernandez in the corner. No good. Rebound by Sacramone. Lost her hands for a moment, puts it back up, puts it in. The Panthers staying deliberate. Sophia Sacramone, her second bucket of the game.
Sacramone almost ended up after that first shot. She slipped, it looked like, and lost the handle on the ball, almost ended up on her back, but was able to have the peace of mind to stay with the shot, get the rebound, and put it back up.
Raina Tat converts the hoop, gets the hurt, and a chance for a 3-point play.
I think that's on Rodriguez.
It is on Rodriguez. Tat, the leading scorer for Stoughton. She has 10 points to her name as well. Bonnie out to Fernandez. Tried the three, now drives and kicks to Mace in the corner. No good. Tracks down her own rebound. Puts it up, no good. Another second chance point, draws the foul. Give credit to Liz Dumays, staying active, tracking down her own miss a couple of times, and now is rewarded with free throws. That was on Kirsten McKay for.
I think it was.
Yeah, it was on Tat.
It was on Tat.
Yeah. Because McKay is not in the game
Correct.
right now.
Yeah.
First free throw was missed by Dumays. Getting ready to check back in. Savannah Ford in for Rain Tat. Up next for the Panthers, they'll be taking a trip to Milford to play the Scarlet Hawks on Friday. That'll be a Kelly Rex Division matchup. Shot is waved off. Looks like we had a lane violation. Doesn't matter because it went in, so it'll count for Dumays. Oh, check that. I think it was on Franklin, yeah.
Yeah, I think it might have been on Dumays. The shooter is required to not cross the foul line or the free throw line until the ball hits the rim. Everybody else can go in on the release.
Our rules analyst doing a good job of explaining that. Bonnie for three. No good. Rebound to Ford. Ford coming up with speed like a bowling ball. No good. Rebound by McCarty. She puts it up and in.
Nice job there by McCarty. Kind of with a small little pump fake, was able to get the defender to commit and then was able to work around her to lay that ball in.
Stoughton stringing together a few makes right here. They've scored 7 points in the quarter. Bonnie lost the ball going inside. Diving is Fernandez, but it's snatched away by Ford once more. Ford again through contact, no good. And the rebound goes to Franklin. Coach Layden said he's had enough of the all-underclassmen lineup. We'll put some of his more experienced players back in. Actually, no, more underclassmen, it looks like. New players to make sure that all the Franklin roster is in.
So this is everybody has played tonight, Yep.
Number 1, Lila Regan is in. Number 12, Claire Lakota is in. Number 3, Maeve Grasso. Number 4, Juliana Owen. And number 21, Fiona Morrison. So that is the entire remainder of the Franklin lineup. Travel is called on Lakota as she tried to kick it back out. But Franklin definitely, Jay, in their developmental stage of this game right now, trying to just nitpick a few key details and get some nice plays on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, and you know, later in the season, you got to think this experience that these players are getting tonight is going to help the team as a whole, because young ladies will be much more comfortable coming into a tight game after already being on the court, getting the experience, getting some of the physicality of it.
And, hey, these are the only 5 players, Jay, who have not scored so far. Everyone else who's entered the game has some points to their name, so it'll be interesting to see if they can knock that off of their list as well. Driving inside as Morrison can't do so.
The other thing is it gives you a little bit of a cushion to avoid an injury to one of your starters or one of your main players.
Nice pass inside is taken away by Franklin. End-to-end action here in the third quarter. Outlet pass to Morrison. Able to find her own dribble. Regan had space for a moment. Now drives inside through contact, and he draws the foul.
I think that's going to be on Squires, number 14.
That is Cece Squires. 2 free throws for Lila Regan. Makes the first. So now 4 players left for the Franklin Panthers if they want to get the complete bingo on this scorecard. Goes 2 for 2. Nice looking shot at the free throw line by Lila Regan. Franklin outscoring Stoughton 10-7 in this quarter so far. That in the corner down to Ford. Nice hands by Grasso, able to deflect it away. Looks like me back in my rec basketball playing days, standing up, hands up straight, the fundamentals. Corner 3 by Tat, no good. Trying to keep away is Squires, and now a fast break for Franklin. Sprinting up, hesitating now, dishing it back out to Regan. Is Franklin looking to keep the ball moving. Nice passing leads to an open 3. No good off the front rim. Offensive rebound by Grasso.
Put it up.
Now open in the corner for 3. Got it! Claire Lakota. The bench goes wild. And now the magic number down to 3.
3, yeah.
Tad is fouled on the floor. Grasso is called for the foul. With 1:35 to go in the period, Franklin up 55-20. High and back pass to Ford. Able to save it, but right to Grasso. Franklin with a 2-on-1. Grasso sees it, exploits it, and it's converted. Lakota, 2 straight baskets.
Nice assist there by Grasso.
Franklin running the odd man press to a T right there. Tad inside, stolen away once more. Morrison back to Lakota. Morrison out to a cutting Grasso up, no good. And the rebound taken away by Morrison. Nice energy by this Franklin lineup so far. Maeve at the top of the key, no good.
I don't know if you can hear on the broadcast, but the Grasso contingent, every time Maeve Grasso gets the ball, are just going insane.
And it's great to see from the Franklin bench as well, cheering on their teammates. The second the shot goes up, everyone's on their feet cheering for their players. They're staying engaged, which is one of the steps which Coach Lane has implemented to sort of build that culture here with this Franklin program.
Absolutely.
30 seconds to go in the period. Tad along the baseline, lost the ball. And it's
great
taken away
defense by Maeve Grasso there.
This is Grasso with the shot clock dark. Morrison, a nice stutter step dribble. Top of the corner for 3, no good. Fight for the rebound. It's still a scrum for it in there. Picked up by Regan, no good. And we'll go with 10 seconds to play. Through the hands of Tat. Franklin has another possession with 8.9 to go. Grasso will be the one to inbound it. Regan in the corner with 7, bounces it to Morrison. Morrison down low, puts it up and in. Fiona Morrison enters the score sheet, and that's how the third quarter will end. Franklin getting every player in the game, and now only 2 players left for the perfect scorecard. 8 minutes to go in this one. Franklin up 59-20.
Franklin there, although it doesn't necessarily show on the scoreboard, it's they only really increased their lead by, 9?
Yeah.
8 or 9?
They outscored Stoughton 17-7, so outscoring them by 10.
10, okay. Yep. So they still were dominant.
Yes.
Even though they only outscored them by 10, they were still clearly dominant, and they didn't hit, probably statistically, the amount of shots or the percentage that they had in that second quarter.
And you can definitely see Coach Layton trying out some new things on the offensive side, whether that's increased passes, more situational gameplay. As a result, that's led to some of those discrepancies that you said, Jay. But overall, as you said, another dominant period. They'll look to end the game on a high note right here. So another bit of a hybrid lineup we see starting for the Panthers, as Ava Bonney and Kelly Fernandez, 2 of the rotation players for Franklin, are in, but also you'll see Maeve Grasso, Juliana Owen, and Fiona Morrison. So bit of a mix of some
Yeah.
experience and some players looking to build up on their time here with Franklin. Franklin enters the ball, moving from left to right. Morrison kicking it out. She's called for the travel. Franklin in their home white uniforms with a Carolina blue numbers, Carolina blue trim, Stoughton Black Knights, some black uniforms, white numbers, and orange trim. That out to Belmonte. On the invert is Raina Tat. Belmonte was cutting. She couldn't find her. Closed off by Owen. Franklin continuing to keep the temperature up on defense. And a foul called by Fernandez.
Yeah, Fernandez just extended her arm too far in, went across the Stoughton player's arm, gets called for the foul.
I don't think it's any coincidence, Jay, that the two players yet to enter the score sheet for Franklin, Grasso and Owen, are the two players staying in the game here.
I think you're right. I think Coach realizes that, and his goal is to get them both on the score sheet.
Putting up the shot is McCarty. She's able to draw the foul, earn some more free throws. Owen is called for the foul. Stoughton's next game is also on Friday. They'll have a home matchup against Canton. Assuming that they fall to 4-6 right here, all hope is not lost for this team because with the new MIA power ranking system, they are currently ranked number 42 in Division II, but any team below that number 32nd seed, if they finish with an above 500 record,
Correct.
500 or better,
Yeah.
they would be eligible for the playoffs. So
Yeah.
still a lot to play for this team down the line.
Yeah, and part of that record and the way it works is you see it a lot with smaller schools in the lower divisions. For example, around us, Millis.
Yeah.
You always see their boys and girls teams because the league they play in, they're always playing against higher division teams. So they'll play a couple of games, 4 games against someone in their division, and they may make the playoffs because they were 2-2 against division opponents.
Cleaning up the missed jumper right there is Maria Johnson. Her first 2 points of the game.
And it's good to watch a little bit of the Stoughton coaching staff. You know, they see a good play, they're complimenting and cheering on their team despite the fact that they're way down score-wise.
Yes. Ball's loose, scooped up by Fernandez in the corner to Bonnie. Time, room, bullseye!
Bonnie is going to be a player to watch.
She plays with-
It's going to be fun.
She plays with that sort of swagger. Jay.
Yeah.
You can tell that confidence just oozing out of her. Even as a sophomore, not afraid to let it fly.
No, not at all.
Johnson is called for the foul right there. Both teams even in the scorebook for this period, 3 apiece. The lead staying at 39 for Franklin. Owen inbounds it to Bonnie. Bonnie lost the ball in the crossover. It's taken away by Stoughton. Fast break. Other way, Belmonte converts it.
Wonder if Belmonte is any relation to the professional bowler Belmonte, the two-handed bowler. He's a member of the PBA Tour,
Okay.
and that's information there's no way I should know, yet I do.
Bonnie drives inside, draws a foul. I was going to say the only bowler that I know is, I think his name was Pete Weber.
He was, yes.
The one with the video, the one that says, "Who do you think you
Yeah,
are? I
yeah,
am."
Yeah, that's him. Well, Napon, we have on Franklin TV, we haven't
Yes.
done one in about a year,
Yeah.
but we have a New England Candlepins tournament bowling show 3 times a year.
No kidding.
Candlepin bowling. We have probably 100-plus bowlers try out for the 16 individual finals. They play a round of 8, round of 4, and then a championship. And the last time we did it, the individual that won the tournament won $3,000.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, this is-
The candlepin bowlers, there aren't a ton of them, but they're fanatical.
Might have
And
to start
it is
hitting
a
the
lot of
lanes
fun.
more often then.
Well, you know what? Go on YouTube, look up New England Candlepins. The show has been viewed as far away as Poland. A friend of mine watched it one year in France.
Okay. Some new players back in for Franklin. Lila Regan, Claire Lakota. Liz Dumas also in the game. Regan out to Lakota. Nice take inside. Fernandez out to Owen. Owen looks for an opening. Regan at the top of the key. 4-3.
And just one more note as we talk PBA bowling. The host of the PBA bowling is a broadcaster for Fox Sports by the name of Rob Stone.
Oh, I know Rob Stone.
Rob Stone graduated from my high school. He graduated with my brother. I've known Rob Stone since he was like 7 years old. But his bowling show is much bigger than my bowling show. I don't know why. We've talked about that, and it kind of bothers me. But
hopefully you can get your way up there one day.
well, yeah. When he was sitting on the sideline for the Michigan-Ohio State game hosting the studio show from there, I was like, what am I doing? Why is he there and I am out in this freezing cold weather?
That goes 1 of 2 on the free throws. Rebound to Lakota. Rodriguez this time. Now Owen fakes the three. Oh, she got ran into by Belmonte.
Oh, and they're going to call it travel first.
Yeah, Owen a bit indecisive, wanted to pull that three and then decided to go inside. Foul was called.
You know, part of that is, I'm going to say time and score.
Yes.
You know, just under 5 minutes left in the game. It's a 40-point game. You don't need another foul against Stoughton. It's not going to change the way this game, the outcome of this game. That was decided with that tremendous second quarter by the Panthers when they hit on all cylinders.
Tad inside, back out to Belmonte. Nice feed to a player and not able to bank it up and in. We'll get you the name shortly. Lakota able to snatch that rebound in and get possession back to Franklin. Missing on that was Grace Weisenberger, the senior captain.
And then Weisenberger picks up a foul.
Yeah.
But the Panthers, you know, they've, again, if I remember correctly, which it doesn't happen very often, but I think Stoughton had 11 points at the half. Or maybe it was 11 points at the end of the first quarter.
First quarter, I believe, and 13 at half.
So they've only scored 15. Franklin's defense has kept them to 15 points in the 2.5 quarters since that.
And that's in light of the constant rotations, new players, new
Yeah,
combinations.
all 15 players playing.
Lakota lost the ball on her way inside. Tat will take it back up. We'll enter this final half of this last period. Sweet, up and under, no good. Rebound to Lakota. Regan has an open Sacramone. Sees it, couldn't kick it out, and finally does, and is fouled in that process. Or no, she went out of bounds. So another turnover. Another new line change up, brand new 5 for Stoughton.
Same thing with Stoughton. They're trying to get their players just varsity experience, varsity game experience.
Nice screen set by Andrews right there. He has it once more. Andrews, the runner of a shot, no good. Fight for it in a C. It's a jump ball. Possession arrow belongs to Stoughton, so they'll keep it. Owen comes in the game for Franklin. Rodriguez will check out. I was going to say the Panthers had 6 players on the floor for a second. Could not do that. Weisenberg can't put it up. Andrews does, and she draws the foul.
I think that foul is going to be on Lakota. Yeah, 12. Yep.
I think if you're Coach Valaire, I think the goal here is to win this quarter, right?
Yeah. Or be competitive at least, you know. And they're moving the ball around. They're getting a few more shot attempts, it seems like.
Andrews makes her first free throw. It's a 67-27 game. This is the second rebound to Sacramone. Nice feed to Lakota. Lakota, the runner, no good. Gets her own miss. Dumais steps back long, too. No good. And the rebound to Weisenberger. We're going quarter by quarter. The score right now for this fourth is Franklin 8, Stoughton 7. Keep your feet in bounds. Right to a Stoughton Black Knight. Up, no good. Put back, no good. And finally, Regan controls it for Franklin. Regan, nice move inside.
Nice
Touched
take,
the front
yeah.
rim. Sacramone snatches it away, nearly put it up.
She really fought for that.
Yeah.
Great job by Sacramone. In a game that has been decided for a while, to see that kind of effort is great.
Play getting more physical in the final stages of this one. Squires back to Ford, the runner, no good. It'll stay with Stoughton. Grasso and Morrison check back in for Sacramone and Dumais. Weisenberg puts it up, no good. Andrews another offensive rebound. And Regan takes that away from her.
Nice defense there by the Panthers.
Final 2 minutes of this one. Morrison a lane, and she couldn't get it to go. Draws herself another foul. You'd like to see that Franklin, in their offensive sets here, the emphasis is still to find an open player. They do it right there. And once more, 2 free throws. First one is good by Morrison. And so now Franklin will be on a 4-game win streak. Will have won 7 of their last 8. And this is, of course,
tremendous.
Starting their season 0-2, Joe.
Yeah.
So they've really rebounded quite nicely.
With a couple of tough losses, too.
Yeah. Grasso out to Owen. Owen inside, floats it up, no good, gets her own miss.
Did you see the bench rise up when Grasso had the ball? They all wanted her to fire away.
90 seconds left. Tat bounces inside, no good. Rebound away taken by Lakota. Franklin on the fast break. Lakota sprints long strides, no good. And finally a foul called.
It's going to go against Lakota.
Yep.
Minute 20 here left in the game, and for those of you, and I know it's been a lot of you because I've been one of them too, that have enjoyed listening to Nippon over the last few weeks, unfortunately, this is the last game we're going to hear from Nippon for a while. You head back to school on Thursday, but on behalf of Franklin TV, we've been so grateful to have you here, Nippon. You do a great job. You are awesome to listen to. So we're lucky when you do come home that you're able to give us some time to be able to work these games. So thank you for that.
Well, I just want to extend my gratitude to the entire Franklin TV team for having me for these past few weeks. Always so fun to cover Franklin TV sports. Come back to the high school, do something I love, and it's a great blast every time being able to catch up with you, Pete Royce, our great announcers.
We were talking before we came on air about the game Friday night, the boys' game against Attleboro, 1 versus 2. And it was just so neat to listen to you call that fourth quarter and Franklin kind of taking over the game there.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of fun. And as I said, we've been very fortunate over the years to have some announcers going back to when John Layton set us, Joe Clark, who did an unbelievable job. Then you, Sam Reese,
Ryan Martin,
and Ryan Martin. The 3 of you, we've been spoiled. And right now, unfortunately, it's left to Pete and I when you guys aren't around. Which I know there are people that don't necessarily want to listen to Pete and I, but you got what you got.
Bank shot no good. As we'll enter the final seconds of this one. Yeah, I saw Mr. Clark busting your chops a little bit in the live stream of the Attleboro game.
Yeah, he was like, when there was an audio issue, I guess, and he goes, well, at least we don't have to listen to Jay Horrigan. And I texted him that I was down in Brockton working a game at Massasoit.
Oh, man.
How would you even know you didn't have to listen to me?
Rebound goes out on Stoughton. It'll be Franklin ball with 14.5 to go, and you just got to assume they're going to dribble this one out now.
You would, yeah. I would say unless you can get Grasso a layup.
Yep. It is Grasso holding it.
She's not going to shoot it.
And that is how this game will end. The clock is going to trick down to triple zeros.
Oh, steal there.
A steal by Stoughton. It doesn't matter. That's the game. It's over. Franklin with a dominant wire-to-wire performance, 70-28. They continue this win streak, 4 in a row, winning 7 of their last 8. And this power ranking of theirs is ranked number 8. It's only bound to go up as the season goes on. We have a strong Franklin team on our hands, Jay.
Absolutely, and that was evident tonight where they were able to get all 15 players in, and they were able to accomplish that very early in the third quarter. Everybody had gotten playing time by then. So they clearly dominated, not as much as you dominated our broadcast when you were home, Nepal. So we were very lucky to have you. So thank you for that. Thank you for spending the time, and good luck back at school.
It's been a great time, and we hope you enjoyed your time with us tonight as well. Final score for the final time, it is Franklin 70, Stoughton 28. For my partner, Jay Horrigan, our entire Franklin TV team right here, Chris Leveron doing the directing, producing, camera work, I'm Nippon Goyle saying so long, thank you for watching, and see you next time.